Namaste, yogis. So, this practice will be to open up the chest, open up the shoulders, facilitate breathing. So, we'll do a couple of breathing practices and we'll just kind of get everything moving in here, opening up the chest. Okay. Um, the only prop that you might need today is a chair or a wall. For the end of practice, we can do either legs up the chair or legs up the wall, depending on what you have in your space. So we'll start in mountain pose, and we'll start by warming up the shoulders. So take the right shoulder up, back, and down, and then swim it a little bit more, getting the elbow going, and then the full arm up, back, and down. And then release that side. Go to the left shoulder, rolling it towards the back, and then getting the elbow going, and eventually the full arm. And then clasp the hands and turn the palms out and the backs of the hands out a few times, warming up the wrists, the fingers, and the elbows. And then circle the wrists and reverse the clasp and circle the wrists the other way. And release the arms. And then we are going to do, a standing sun salutation, just to get the whole body kind of warmed up. So we're going to lift the arms, circle the arms up, moving from the center of the chest, the sternum. So as you lift the arms up, spread out and spread through the fingertips. Inhaling as you come up, exhaling, stretching through the fingertips. Bend the knees, bring the hands to the outer thighs, slide the hands down to the outer shins. Inhale halfway back up, lift the arms into W arms. Exhale, inhale, circle the arms all the way up, and exhale, hands to the heart. 2 more times. Inhale, circle the arms all the way up, stretching through the fingertips. Swan dive down. Bring the hands to the outer thighs. Drape the torso over the thighs and slide the hands down to the outer shins. Then lift back up halfway. Hands in W arms. Exhale. Inhale, stretch through the arms. Lift them overhead. And exhale, hands to the heart. This last time, we'll do a few rounds of the W arms. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees. Bring the hands to the outer thighs. Drape the torso over the thighs as you slide the hands down to the outer shins. Inhale halfway, bringing the arms into W arms. Notice, we're going to hold in W arms. Notice that you want the elbows no higher than the shoulders. So you want the elbows in line with or below the shoulders, and you want the fingers in line with the elbows. So everything's kind of in line. And then on your next exhale, slide the hands down. Inhale up, W arms. Exhale, sliding the hands down. Inhale up, W arms. Exhale here. Inhale, spread the arms wide. And exhale, hands to the heart. Now we'll do some side bends. So stretching up again. Clasp the right wrist with the left hand. Draw the elbows away from each other. Inhale. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, bend back up. Switch the clasp of the hands, elbows away from each other. Exhale to the side. Inhale, straighten back up. One more time each side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to center. Exhale, switch the clasp. Inhale, exhale to the side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lower the arms. And take a breath. We'll come into a twist. So this is a ragdoll twist, or sometimes called Ganesha's twist. Since our focus today is on the chest and upper torso, we want to keep the twist just in the upper torso so that it's not coming into the hips. We're not twisting the hips or the knees, okay? So the arms are just going to be out in front and twisting the torso and the chest. You can even clasp the hands, making an elephant's trunk. And then slow it down. And next we are going to do a corner stretch or a wall stretch. So if you have a wall in your house, I'll show you what that looks like. Most of us don't have a free wall. You can also do at least part of this at a corner. So you're going to come to a wall. You're going to stand about a foot away from the wall with the hand on the wall, palm facing the wall. And take a couple of breaths here. And then take the hand to 2 o'clock. And take a couple of breaths. If it's too intense and you need to step half a step away from the wall, that's fine. And then take the hand to 3 o'clock. And then 4 o'clock. And then 6. And then all the way back up. And release the hand. So you can go to the other side. Up the wall. Take a couple of breaths. And then take the hand to 2 o'clock. And then 3 o'clock. I'm going to run into my plant. And then 4 o'clock. And then 6 o'clock. And back up. And you should notice some freedom in the shoulders after having done that. And next we are going to do eagle arms with vinyasa movements. So our options for eagle arms are clasping opposite elbows. That's one option. Another option is pressing the forearms together. Another option is taking one arm and crossing them at the elbows under the other arm and bringing the backs of the hands together. And then the last option is to reach around and grab the palm, bring the fingers to the palm of the other hand. So find what version works for you. Doesn't matter which side you do first, we'll just do both sides. So, taking whatever version works for you, you come to the side. Inhale the arms up, exhale them down. Inhale the arms up, exhale them down. Inhale up, Exhale them down. Bring the elbows in line with the shoulders. Take the elbows to one side and the head looks to the other side. And then you switch, taking the arms to the first side. The head looks the other way. Go back and forth. You should notice a real stretch in your shoulders and upper back. And then bring the arms back to center and circle the elbows. And the other way. And then unclasp and shake out your arms. So take the arms the opposite direction. So whatever arm was on the bottom, that arm's going to be on the top, no matter which version you're doing, okay? Take your version, lift the elbows, and lower them down. And lift, and lower, and lift, and lower. And come back to center. Take the elbows one way, head looks the other way. Through center, and the opposite way. Three times. And then bring the hands back to center. Elbows are at shoulder height, and then circle the elbows. One way, three times, and then the other way, about three times. And then release, and shake out the arms. A lot of blood flow coming to the shoulders now. And next is breath of joy. So take the feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Really soften the knees. So this is a 3-part inhale through the nose and 1 exhale through the mouth. So it's inhale, the arms halfway up, inhale all the way out, inhale all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands alongside the hips. So it's inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth, okay? Inhale, 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 exhale. One more time. So with that pranayama or breath practice, you are opening up all parts of the lung. You're breathing out of all parts of the lung. And finally, we are going to come down to the floor. So bend the knees, place the forearms on the thighs. And you can hang out here for a minute. And then place one hand and one knee and the other hand and the other knee onto the floor. We're going to come right into hands and knees for some cat and cow, the cat and cow sequence. If you have tender knees, I invite you to place a blanket under your knees. And if you have wrists that often get fatigued, I invite you to roll up the edge of your mat and place the heel of the hand on the roll and the fingertips are on the floor. Okay, so inhale, exhale, round the spine towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift the tailbone. Chest goes towards the floor, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the tail around the whole spine, tuck the chin. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. A couple more times. And then come to a neutral spine. And take a side bend. Bring the right hip and the right shoulder towards each other. So you're making a C shape with the spine. And then come through center. Bring the left shoulder and the left hip towards each other. And come through center. Exhaling into the side bend. Inhaling as you go through. Ending on the left. And then back to neutral spine. Take a twist. Take the left hand out to the left edge of your mat. The right hand sweeps out and up, following it with the chest. The arm does not come above the chest, but it's in line with the chest. And then exhale, sweep it through. And wherever is comfortable for you. So maybe if your shoulder doesn't come all the way to the floor, then maybe you want to back up and stay on the forearm. Or if your shoulder comes onto the floor, you can slide the hand through and rest on your shoulder. And then inhale, untwist. Now take the right hand out to the edge of your mat, and the left arm sweeps up and then slides under. The elbow bends, the elbow of the right arm bends as the left arm slides under and through. Or option to come back on the forearm if this is uncomfortable at all. If you're just hanging in space or if it's uncomfortable, come back up on the forearm. And then lift back up and take a couple more cat and cow. We're going to do a sunbird or bird dog. This is sometimes called. Slide the right leg all the way out, tucking the toes. Lift the whole right leg and then take the left arm alongside the head. Draw the navel into the spine. Draw the ribs into the spine. Take 3 inhales, 3 exhales. On your last exhale, float the hand and the leg back down. So this is going to strengthen your core, which will facilitate opening the chest and allow for easier breathing. So take the left leg out, tucking the toes, lift the whole leg, right arm comes alongside the head, and draw the navel in and draw the ribs in, and take 3 breaths. And float them back down. Now we're going to come into puppy dog with a difference. So come to your forearms. Take your elbows just a little bit wider than the shoulders and flip them over so that the thumbs are pointing out and your palms are lifted. Press into those forearms, press them down into the floor, shift the hips back, stretching in the shoulders, coming into puppy dog pose. Breathe. Breathing, notice where the breath goes into the body in this pose. Notice what part of the lungs inflate with air. Can you feel the breath in the back of the body? Okay. And then lift up and moving the blanket out of the way, come onto your butt. I'm going to do a shoulder opener. So balancing on the buttocks with the feet in front of you, hip width apart. Take the hands behind the hips with the fingers pointed towards the hips. Straighten the arms. Press down into the floor with the arms. Lift the chest. Keep the chin in line with the rest of the spine, so the head is not dropping back and you're not tucking your chin into your chest. It's just in a neutral position. Breathe into the chest. And then lower onto your forearms. Come all the way down onto the floor, upper body on the floor. Legs are feet are fairly close to the buttocks and onto the frame. And the feet are hip width apart. Draw the hip points right here together and towards each other. Lengthen the spine. Bring the hands alongside the hips, palms up. Draw the heels towards the buttocks as if you are, but without moving them. And then press through the shins. Lift the hips off the floor. Keep drawing the heels towards you and pressing through the shins. Press down evenly on the outsides and insides of the feet. And then lift the forearms. Press the upper arms and the shoulders into the floor. Hands, palms face each other in robot arms. The neck is relaxed. Breathe into the belly. And this bridge pose strongly opens the chest. And then lower the hands, lift the heels, inhale, exhale, lower down one vertebra at a time. And now is where you will get your chair. If you don't have a chair or don't want to get up and get one, then take your feet out to the edges of your mat and allow the knees to fall in towards each other in constructive rest. But if you have a chair, then you can get it now or move yourself to your chair or your sofa. And bring your lower legs on top of the chair. And if your seat of the chair is hard or angular, you can place a blanket on top of it to soften it. And lower down to the floor. And then we'll come into a breathing practice, 3-part breath. Bring your hands to the lower abdomen below the navel. And breathe into the abdomen. As you breathe in, the hands lift away from each other. And then as you exhale, feel the belly fall inwards. The hands come closer together. And then take one hand and place that hand on the lower ribs. Breathe into the belly, into the lower hand, and then breathe into the rib hand. And then exhale, belly and ribs. Inhale, belly, ribs. Exhale, belly and ribs. And then take one of your hands and place it on the upper chest. So you'll inhale, belly, rib hand, upper chest. Exhale, belly, ribs, upper chest. Inhale, belly, ribs, upper chest. Exhale, belly, ribs, upper chest. Release the 3-part breath. Bring the hands, palms up about 2 inches away from the hips. Coming into your Shavasana, your relaxation. Allow the body to soften and sink into the support of the surfaces beneath you. Notice all the places where the body is in contact with the floor or the chair. Bring your awareness to the outer edges of your body, top of the head, the sides of the head, sides of the neck, the outsides of the shoulders and arms, the outer hips, outer legs, the outsides of the feet, and the pinky toes. Feel as if the body is relaxing, sinking into the floor, and spreading out at the edges of the body like dough that has been left on the counter and oozes out to the sides. Allow each exhale to soften the body further and further into the support of the floor, oozing out the sides. As if you are a candle that is melting and dripping out over the sides, spreading out. Keep allowing the body to relax. It might help to imagine a candle dripping, wax dripping down the sides of the candle, overflowing, spreading out, allowing the toes to relax and spread, and the feet to relax and spread and widen, and the lower legs, and the upper legs, melting, dripping, and the hips, softening, and the lower back, middle back, upper back just ooze and soften into the floor. And the shoulders, backs of the arms, hands oozing out. And back of the neck, soft and dripping. Back of the head, whole head. The whole body is relaxed. Whole body is deeply relaxed. And then begin to deepen the breath. Slowly begin to bring movement into fingers and toes. Gently moving hands and feet, arms, elbows, shoulders. Stretching the arms overhead, out to the side. And then bringing the knees into the chest, hugging the knees into the chest, rolling from side to side, and then rolling over onto one side, extending the top leg, pushing up with the top arm, and bringing yourself back to sitting. And I hope this has brought ease to your body, and I wish you peace. Om Shanti means peace. Om Shanti.